Facebook to see the chat or something? I can't see any comments. No. Huh. Let me go on my computer. I'm hoping all of you guys can see me. This is a big test of my live stream. So if you can see me, assuming you can see me, welcome to my studio/office. Let me see if I can get Facebook on my computer and see comments. Yeah, here I am. Okay, so what's going on? Okay, there I am. And nobody's commented yet. Okay, but I'm here. Hi. So this is working. Can you hear me? Can people hear me? Go ahead and type in the comments and tell me if you can hear me. Aw. So Sunny, that was very sweet. I'm here in my office, and there's some natural light coming in, which is something I learned from Sunny, and I'm hoping that that's going to make me look better. I'm seeing a delay in my video, which is a little bit distracting. So when I look on Facebook, it's several seconds behind. But let's see. Okay, so what is it going to look like when I'm actually doing a show? Because I'm not doing a show today. Today, I'll just drink a cup of coffee and chat with you guys. I'm still watching the delay of myself. This is going to be distracting. I'm going to have to get used to it. But anyway, normally, I've got the microphone. So let me put the microphone up. And we'll see what happens. Okay. I'm waiting. See, I'm waiting to see the delay. I'm getting very distracted with this. Okay, there's the coffee. And I want to see what the microphone's going to look like. So I pull the microphone up, and here it goes. Okay. There we go. Okay. Oh, what else will you see? You'll see me headphones. Let me grab the headphones. Okay. Oh, I don't even know what this is going to look like. Yeah. So I'm not going on Blog Talk today, but I'm going to look funny with headphones on while I'm talking to you. Tell me what you think. What did I think of all the black dresses? Sunny asks. I did not watch. Should I be ashamed? I did not. Maybe I'll have to go get a recap or something. I did not watch. Natural lighting works well, says Daniel. Better results with pro lighting. I think I'm just going to go with the combo here. So let's see how that works. Dave says everything looks good. Okay, so it's working. And now I've got the headphones on. How do I look with the headphones? I have to look. Yeah. Okay. I'm self-conscious about it, but yeah, this is what I'm going to be doing. I'll do the show on Wednesday, and I'll try to keep good posture, to not look so crazy if I bury myself in my notes. Sip elegantly from my water bottle and my coffee cup. I don't know. Yeah, so Sunny says, I wonder what you can do about the delay. There is nothing. You know, I thought that some of the delay was when I was watching Yaron recently and I was on the phone with him. I was seeing the delay. He's in Puerto Rico, but it's not. It's just inherent in the whole thing. Anyway, so I'm going to try this. I am going to try this. The sound is echoey, nothing like Yaron's issues. Oh, you mean like the issues that he had the other day. So the question is, if I place the iPhone in different places, because as far as I understand, it's using the iPhone microphone. There might be a way for me to change. Let me see if there's a way to change microphone settings. Okay, is there a... Using iPhone microphone right now? I'm using the iPhone microphone now. How is it now? So right now I'm using the iPhone microphone, and I'll wait for the delay. Because I think before I was using the Mevo microphone. Tell me what you think. It's not echoing. Okay. It's louder and clearer if I use the iPhone microphone. Why am I not surprised? Get some sound absorption? Yeah, that could help as well. Yeah, that could be a good idea. That's better? Okay, so Sunny thinks it's better too. So I'll use the iPhone microphone. There's a little thing on the app that I can use to select that microphone, and it's highlighted now. The sound looks good. They actually have, you know, kind of little fader bar looking things that show me that I'm not oversaturating, the term we used to use with reel tape so long ago. Okay, so this works. So Sunny wants to talk about the globes, but I didn't watch the globes, so I'm pretty much useless on that. The topic that I was looking at recently is Trump wanting to sue to stop the publication of this book by Wolf, and moreover, he's calling for a change in the libel laws. That's the topic that I've been absorbed with. Oh, Bill, you're sweet. Thank you. I'm going to try it. And yeah, I didn't overdo on makeup, and I'm not doing my hair, but I'm not, you know, showing up in my sweats and completely with no makeup and not brushing my hair and stuff. Most of the time when I do the show, guys, most of the time I spend every second just obsessing and putting together program notes and preparing, and I just never think about what I look like at all. So this is big for me. So today when I came here, I didn't want to do a whole lot because I don't want to set the bar really high when I show up on Wednesday. I'm just doing a little bit of makeup. I brush my hair. I wear something not completely scumbag, you know. So that's it. Oprah is really ready for president. I've saw a little bit of this that, oh, Greg says air. I will be saying vote Oprah. I don't know. There might be a reason to vote Oprah at that point. We'll have to wait and see what there is. Let's keep our mind open. The Princess Leia little black headphones look. That's what I have right now. Okay. Maybe I do. Yeah. Oprah running for president. I mean, here's the thing. If I ever actually checked a little box that said Oprah, it wouldn't be like I would be voting for Oprah. It's not happening. It's not a vote for Oprah. It'd be against whatever else there was. But let's hope that doesn't come to that. Let's hope. I'm going to have to catch up. I really am. Now what do we got here? Thanks for the positive feedback, you guys. It really helps. But I just wanted to get on today because I wanted to not have the same day where I'm actually doing a content show and the first time that I'm on this video be the exact same day. It got me nervous. I had the Apple phone telling me that I need to breathe, which it does every so often depending on what's going on. But I looked down and I got this warning about it. No. Oh, I've got people commenting on some of my other posts here. Sunny says, if Oprah runs for president, I'm becoming a talk show host. That's a threat. All right. But, I mean, Sunny, you and I could shred if we got together and did a talk show. Alexander says, I heard some female actresses making an annoyed comment about all the nominees for an award being men. When will the madness end? Yeah. As if this year, because there was sexual harassment, there were supposed to be more women nominated or something. It's bizarre. Oh, how do you get the camera to automatically jump around like that? There is a setting on this, and Yaron had told me that he uses it, where it kind of, I guess, pans out and then zooms in a little bit. So I'm doing it. Is it good? Is it a good pace? Because one thing I can do with this is I can control the pace of that. It has on the little bar. Let me go to the, no, that's not what I wanted. I'm going to the settings here. No, that's not what I want. What do I want? What do I want? Oh, this is what I want. Okay, yeah, so it's something called Autopilot that Mevo offers. And there's a turtle on one side and a rabbit on the other side. So I chose the pace. Tell me what you think of this rate at which it's switching back and forth. Should it switch back and forth between a close-up and a far away more slowly or more often? That's one option that I have. But like I said, I've just got the light on Wednesday might be different because I know you're crying for us in Southern California, but it's actually raining here today, so I'm getting the light in that it's kind of cloudy and stuff like that. So you like the initial pace. I haven't changed the pace the entire time of this broadcast. Did it seem to switch, Dave? Because Dave is saying he liked the initial pace. It's the same as far as I know. I don't think it should have changed at all. Yeah, so we've got cloudy, a little bit of rain. I got drizzled on today, you know. It's actually going to rain quite a bit, and in some places here it might flood, so I really shouldn't be joking about the weather too much. It's going to get, for California, it's going to get a little bit serious later, mostly because we have the fires. The fires burn everything, then the rains come and it floods and people's houses get destroyed. So I felt a little, you know, but I joke because we're so spoiled in Southern California, and I'm a native, so I'm very, very much spoiled. Dave says his screen is sticking a bit. Yeah, that's probably your internet connection. Dave, do you live somewhere where there's actual real weather going on that might be interfering with your internet connection? It could be that. I don't know. Daniel says, for President Oprah, literally everybody else. Daniel says he likes the white oil mug. This is from Motive Power Supply, who at some point is going to start paying me for endorsements. That's where this is from. I love this thing. Anyway, so I'm glad you guys liked the video. I thank the people who donated to the show, who made the video camera possible. And yes, I finally got the guts to go ahead and use it. I'm going to go ahead and do it on Wednesday. Like I said, I'm not going to get all dressed up and super made up, but just, this is where you'll see me on Wednesday. I'll do the show always, 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific. You can find me here. I might try to stream it on YouTube too, but I'm a little bit discouraged about YouTube. I don't know how much extra work it takes to do that. And the thing that I heard recently is that there was a discussion between Dave Rubin and Ben Shapiro. And you can imagine that a discussion between Dave Rubin and Ben Shapiro would be about as civilized as it could get in the entire world. Very... if they're delivering controversial content, they would deliver it in a very measured way, no way that anybody should find offensive. And yet, supposedly, that video is one that YouTube tagged as one that they wouldn't monetize. And so I don't even know if I want to get started on YouTube video. What I'll do is I'll do this Facebook Live. Maybe I'll put it up on YouTube, but just not even worry about monetizing, and then put together a Patreon site, because I am really going to try to just put more effort into this. Like I said, I'm getting over my fear of showing up on video in front of you guys, and see what I can do with it. See if I can get more viewers this way. So that's it. Daniel says, I like your white oil mug. How much does it hold? So I think that the coffee that I fill up is the standard 8 ounces. I think that's right. I think it's 8 ounces and it fits nicely. It's just a standard coffee cup size. And David says, what is the camera switching thing? So what I have is I have a Mevo camera. It's called a Mevo, M-E-V-O, live event camera. And one of the features that it has is it's called autopilot. And it'll just switch back and forth, make it look like you have a cameraman when you really don't. I mean, again, I set all this up this morning. The hardest thing about setting this camera up was going back and remembering what my Facebook password was and changing it. The other thing that Mevo does, it's interesting because when you get into the app and you're trying to actually log on, it makes it seem as if you don't necessarily have to share every piece of information about your Facebook account, like what groups you're in and who your friends are, and posting to your timeline and posting to all your groups. Because I think this is going out to all my groups and stuff now. I don't know, because I had no option. It would not let me log in and broadcast to you guys unless I let them access every single thing, even though it looked like you had choices. So that's my one objection. But everything else, the quality looks decent, and you guys say that the sound is good. Oh, Daniel's talking about the discussion between Dave Rubin and Ben Shapiro. He says, I listened.
There was nothing there to justify demonetization, nothing, not even harsh language. I wouldn't expect harsh language from either of those two. I kind of slip into harsh language lately because I keep exposing myself to GFDA and then also to, Mark Manson's book. Mark Manson's book, though, right? It's The Subtle Art of Not Giving an F. And it is the final thing that got me to say, okay, I'm just not going to give an F about what I look like on the video. I'm just going to get on video and do it. So I did. So you can thank him for that. There's some small benefit. That's a small benefit of profanity. Yes? Yeah, Daniel says, we live in a world where Logan Paul is monetized, but Dave Rubin and Ben Shapiro are not. Upside down. All these companies, they end up having inconsistent policies about things like monetization or whether they suspend people and stuff like that. They are private companies. It's not censorship, but it is certainly worthy of criticism. And it's, for someone like me, where I would need to go on YouTube and specifically promote the YouTube account because you can't monetize until you get, I think, 10,000 views on YouTube. Why put in all that work if every other video that you do for no reason that you can understand is going to be demonetized? It's ridiculous. So I don't think I'm going to be ending up doing that. Okay. What else do we have? Any other? I still have coffee to drink, so I have ability to chat more. Daniel says there ought not to be a law. Yeah, definitely not. And if we want to go to the real free speech issue, which is Trump threatening to change the libel laws, there ought not to be a change in the law, in my view. And we'll talk about this some on Wednesday maybe. Although Wednesday I want to do this show that I have in my mind called Running with Scissors, but we'll see how that goes. Some of it depends on whether some news events come up and stuff, but that theme can tie a bit into the discussion I wanted to do of Mark Manson's book and also into Trump actually as well, because I think Running with Scissors is how we got Trump. What I mean by that I'll talk about on Wednesday. So Trump, he wants to change the law of libel, and it's been a long time since I studied it, but what happens with libel is you have to show that there's this falsehood and it has done damage to you. That's what you'd have to prove in a court of law. Average person, a person who's not famous, not a politician, that's all they have to show. But if you are either a public figure of some kind or a politician, then you have to prove in addition something called actual malice, and there's a whole gloss, a whole definition of that. And the question is that a good thing? I have thought ever since I studied it in law school that with respect to the plain old public figure, somebody who is famous like Oprah or whatever, not yet a politician, that there should not be a different standard for a public figure. I mean, why should it be that just because you have done the hard work to become famous for something, you've accomplished something in the world, and still just a private citizen, but you've accomplished something, you're a famous movie star, whatever, why should it be that you have a harder time suing somebody for libel than anyone else? And in the legal doctrine, it's this similar rationale for privacy. Public figures are supposed to have less privacy than all of us. You can't sue for invasions of privacy and stealing likeness and all that stuff as easily if you're a public figure. The rationale is that the public has an interest in you. You become famous, and the reward is that the public acquires this interest in you that makes it harder for you to protect your privacy, protect yourself from people telling lies about you. I think that's wrong. So I agree with Trump with respect to your average public figure, movie stars and whatever, which was what Trump was before he became president. But now he's president. And if you are a politician, I think that you should have to undergo a lot more criticism. You should have a thicker skin if you're going to go into politics. As it is, I have to have a thicker skin just to do a podcast and put a podcast out there publicly and just state off the top of my head what I'm thinking all the time. People come in and say the nastiest things. You have to have a thicker skin to do that. If you're going to run for political office, you need to be able to handle the criticism. And it's very important in a free country that you protect the ability to criticize our politicians. So it would be wrong, I think, to loosen up the standard for a libel suit to be successful for politicians. It would be perfect for just plain public figures, but I think politicians, you should have to, in order to prove a case of libel, show that extra element, that so-called actual malice, which isn't really malice. It's something like reckless disregard for whether the thing is true or not. I think that's how they gloss it, and it probably depends, it's different state to state because it's part of the common law. But yeah, so that's my view on that. And so I think if Trump is going to try to change the law of libel in order to make himself as president immune from criticism, that's very dangerous. Daniel says opinions on this are a good test of tribalism. So do you guys Dave is talking about Manson's book. So Dave, you should get on when I'm going to talk about Manson's book more on Wednesday. He says, I'm glad that the F book influenced, we'll just call it the F book now, that the F book influenced you in that way. It helped me better prioritize and unify my outlook on my career. I've been thinking some of this as well. And so right now I'm in this transition period in my career, and I would really like to make doing, the delivery of content for everybody who wants to hear content from me. I would like to make that a big part of what I'm going to do going forward. But in order to do that, I have to monetize. In order to do that, I have to bite the bullet and set up a Patreon account and ask everybody for money, which is all the kind of stuff that I've been reluctant to do very much. I do it a little, and people have been supporting my show, and I think the people who have done it so far, I'm sitting in front of a computer setup that was made possible in part from one donor to the show, a very generous donor to the show. I'm sitting in front of a camera that was made possible by another donor, and it's really good. Going forward, I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to earn a living, and if I can patch together at least part-time this, because I've got money to support doing this a significant chunk of the time, then that's great. And the more money I do, the more time I can spend on it, and I have to just kind of plot out what that looks like, because I have other things I'm going to be doing to try to earn money as well, and see if I can patch together something that makes me happy overall. I've got people commenting on other posts, which is distracting too, but here we go. Oprah's platform, a chicken under every chair. Oh no. Funny. Or, give away a free car every so often. Oprah does that, right? Okay, so people are saying the audio and video quality are fine. I've given you my little spiel on Trump. Maybe, I don't know if I'm going to belabor it and talk about it again on Wednesday. People will say that I'm talking about Trump too much. What time is the show on Wednesday? Usually I do it live. Lucas says I'm in for the free car. What time is the show Wednesday? He says he's not able to make it. Appointment at 11. Yeah, so I start at 12 Pacific time, and I'll be on till 1:30. So I'll be here. And as I understand it, if I've done this correctly, the videos are going to be available for viewing later. And of course, the blog talk is always available. But yeah, if you wanted to participate live and talk about what the Manson book did for you, that would be fabulous. That would be great. Anybody who's read it. I'm going through my second time through now, and I'm really enjoying it and remembering some of the lessons. One of the biggest lessons, as I talked about on the show last week, was about William James. That was new and interesting for me. It's always interesting to hear about the personal lives of some of the thinkers in history of philosophy, and that was new to me. So Luca's in for the free car. So you get to vote for Oprah just to get a free car, Luca? That's what we want to know, right? I'm waiting to see. Okay, you guys. Well, it looks like I'm out of content and out of comments, and I'm almost out of coffee. It's getting a little bit cold. So I'm going to cut this off. I'm going to join you guys again on Wednesday. I thank you for tuning in, And let me see if I know how to turn this thing off. And I'm going to have to, I don't know, unplug it or something. You know, I'm this privacy fiend. And, you know, Snowden will tell me that this camera that I've set up today could be started by the NSA in the middle of the night or something. So I think I'll be unplugging it. Now, what have we got here? I have people. Oh, I've got comments that I can read in my little screen. That's kind of cool. I'll get used to this. Okay, yeah, Luca says, coffee with Amy Peikoff, much nicer than with Scott Adams. Oh, Scott Adams is good. Well, I'll take that as a great compliment if it's nicer than Scott Adams. I've watched some of the Coffee with Scott Adams. It's kind of fun. Just a little bit I've watched. Hi, Martin. Okay, cool. This is nice. I'm starting to get the messages on the iPhone itself, but I'm not sure if I'm going to be looking at the iPhone during the broadcast, how I'm going to put something over the lens. That's true. I could just put a little post-it note. I've got my office set up here. I've got plenty of post-it notes hanging out. I'll figure it out, guys. Anyway, thank you for tuning in, for indulging me, for letting me get my nerves out with a not real content oriented video yet, because I'll do the content on Wednesday. I'll be nervous enough about that, and I wanted to get this initial bit out of the way. So thanks, everybody. I'll talk to you later. Hope you have a good rest of your afternoon, and I hope that your weather is so much better than ours here in California, because it actually might get pretty yucky here later. Take care. Let me see if I can turn it off. Can I turn it off now? How can I turn it off? Ah, here we go. I'm going to turn it off. Slide to stop. Okay, slide to stop.